একটা সাইজের একটা বিজনেস এলপিজি মোটামুটি মডারেট সাইজের বিজনেসকে নিয়ারলি 1 কোটি টাকা আপনার ফি দিতে হয়, বোথ লাইসেন্স ফি এন্ড রিনিউয়াল। সো সরকারের যেখানে সবগুলো থার্ড সেক্টর হিসাবে অনেক এক্সেমশন দিয়েছে, ট্যাক্স এন্ড আদার থিংস, সেখানে এরকম একটা চার্জ করে বসে আছে। এন্ড অন টপ অফ ইট দুইজন একই সাথে চার্জ করছে, বিপিসি এন্ড রেগুলেটরি কমিশন। আমার প্রশ্ন হচ্ছে যে দিস হ্যাজ টু বি রিমুভড। এই ইস্যুগুলো, ডুপ্লিকেশন ইন রেগুলেটরি এনভায়রনমেন্ট, আনবার্নিং অফ দ্য রেগুলেশনস, এগুলো দরকার ইনস্ট্রুমেন্টাল ফর পটেনশিয়াল ইনভেস্টমেন্ট ইন দিস সেক্টর। তারপরে আপনার অন্যান্য ইস্যু তো আমাদের আছে, যে আমাদের ল্যাক অফ ট্রান্সপারেন্সি আমাদের প্রকিউরমেন্টে আছে। যেমন রিসেন্ট ইভেন্ট যেগুলো হলো আপনার হেলথ সেক্টর, দিস হ্যাজ ডেন্টেড বাংলাদেশ ইমেজ। Such a resilient economy, doing so well, we have such a good reputation in the world. So এগুলোকে আপনার we have to deal these issues very seriously so that our image is not dented. এবং image dented হলে পরে we have to pay a higher cost. For example, when such news goes around the world, LC confirmation cost increases, so you have to pay more for this. এগুলো আমাদের মনে রাখতে হবে। I would like to particularly I'd like to convey my thanks and gratitude to Security Exchange Commission under the dynamic leadership of this chairman and his team. We found the members of the team are very well educated and not only also very dynamic and experienced. আমাদের একটা corporate code নিয়ে আমরা we also met our chief guest today. The issues were concerning certain problems that we have to face on the corporate code side. সেটা ওনার সাথে দেখা করার সাথে সাথে we formed a committee যেটা between us and the regulatory commission, and the committee sat and all agreed unanimously that certain amendments to be done, and it is in the process. And I have seen also the different issues taken by them. They are taken on the basis of merit of the case, not an issue that to be contested. So the merit থাকে, they deal with it positively, and this is kind of thing that we need in this country to be able to do this and take it further. I'd like to now conclude my opening remarks, not actually saying too much because we have a cut of time today. I'd like to thank you again for especially our chief guest, who is so busy but still he has given time, and all other special guests for joining us. And I'd like to now hand over the floor to our Vice President Rian Mahmood to moderate the rest of the proceedings. Thank you. Assalamu
Distinguished chief guests, special guests, speakers, honorable members, journalists, and media personnel, and all participants. Ladies and gentlemen, Assalamu alaikum and a very good afternoon to you all. I'm Riyad Mahmood, Vice President BAPLC and Managing Director, National Polymer Industries. On the occasion of celebrating World Investor Week 2020, declared by International Organization of Securities Commission, we are privileged to welcome you today at the virtual seminar on COVID-19 pandemic, impact on investment in Bangladesh and the way forward, organized by the Bangladesh Association of Publicly Listed Companies in alignment with Bangladesh Securities and Exchange Commission. We wish you a warm welcome at the seminar. As you are well aware, BAPLC is the primary association of all publicly listed companies in Bangladesh, representing all the spokes of all our commercial sector, from manufacturing to service, from banking to insurance, from IT to commodities, etc. Our members represent some of the largest corporate houses and biggest brand names in Bangladesh. And our member companies are entrusted with thousands of crores of investor funds, both retail and institutional, local and foreign. We continuously strive to work with our primary regulator, the BSEC, to further deepen our equity markets and to make the bourses the primary source of long-term funding for the country's commercial growth. শুরুতেই একটু বলতে চাই, আজকে আমাদের মাননীয় প্রধান অতিথি এবং বিশেষ অতিথিগণ তথা বক্তাগণ এতই পরিচিত যে তাদের পরিচয় পর্ব বাহুল্য মাত্র। তাদের নামেই তাদের পরিচয়। তাই তাদের পরিচয় পর্বটা আমি একটু সংক্ষিপ্ত করার চেষ্টা করব, যেন তাদের মূল্যবান বক্তব্য শোনার জন্য আমরা যথেষ্ট সময় পাই। আপনাদের একক পূর্ণাঙ্গ সাফল্য বর্ণনা করতে গেলে হয়তো সারাদিন পার হয়ে যাবে, তাই পরিচিতি সংক্ষিপ্ত রাখার জন্য মাননীয় অতিথিবৃন্দ আমাকে নিজ গুণে ক্ষমা করে দেবেন। Distinguished audience, we are glad to announce that the chief guest for today's event has already joined us, Mr. Salman Fazlur Rahman, MP, Private Industry Investment Advisor to the Honorable Prime Minister of the Government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh. He's best known as the co-founder and vice chairman of the Beximco Group, the country's largest private conglomerate, comprising of 4 publicly listed and 17 privately listed companies. The group employs over 65,000 people. He's also chairman of the Board of Governors, Bangladesh Enterprise Institute, and chairman, IFIC Bank, chairman, Board of Editors of the Independent newspaper, and chairman, Independent Television. Our special guests are Mr. Mohammad Sirajul Islam, Executive Chairman, Bangladesh Investment Development Authority, BIDA. He took the helm of BIDA, Bangladesh's principal agency for investment, promotion, and facilitation on September 4, 2019. He began his career in the civil service in 1983 and has spent several years working in the Election Commission Secretariat, first as Additional Secretary and then as Secretary until October 2016. He was then appointed Secretary of the Ministry of Health and Family Welfare, a position he held before going into retirement. In his long and distinguished career, he has held many senior posts in the government of Bangladesh. Our special guest, Professor Shibli Rubayatul Islam, Chairman, Bangladesh Securities and Exchange Commission. Mr. Chairman has served as the Dean of Faculty of Business Studies and also as the Chairman of Shadhan Bima Corporation for 2 terms. Professor Shibli Rubayat has been in the field of finance, banking, and insurance education for more than 25 years. During his period, Professor Shibli has played an active role in many businesses, chambers, and research-related finance, banking, and insurance fields at home and abroad. He served as the director of Uttara Bank Limited, SME Foundation, Community Bank Limited, and CDBA. He is also the author of E-Banking and E-Commerce, as well as Fundamentals of Insurance, which is a textbook for the tertiary levels. He has also been involved in establishing several entrepreneurial and commercial enterprises over the years. Our special guest is also Mr. Sheikh Fazle Fahim, who is currently serving as the president of the Federation of Bangladesh Chambers of Commerce and Industry. Mr. Fahim is an entrepreneur and community leader. He earlier served as an elected senior vice president of FBCCI for the term 2017 to 2019. Mr. Fahim represents Bangladesh as elected vice president of Confederation of Asia Pacific Chamber of Commerce and Industries, as well as several international chambers. Mr. Fahim is currently the managing director of Obsidian Bangladesh Limited, a conglomerate with business interests in manufacturing, distribution, and EPC. He is the chairman of Europetro Product Limited, an LPG terminal and bottling plant. He earlier worked as the financial advisor at Edward Jones Institutional Investments, a global financial organization. We also have as our speaker, Ms. Nihat Kabir, President, Metropolitan Chamber of Commerce and Industry, Dhaka. Ms. Nihat Kabir is an advocate of the Supreme Court of Bangladesh and the senior partner of Said Ishtiyaq Ahmed and Associates. She is also a director and shareholder of Kedar Putti Company Limited and a shareholder of Shambad Limited, which holds the oldest Bangla daily newspaper in the country. She is also director of Black Bank Limited, Atecom, Bcash, Guardian Life, and independent director of Square Pharmaceuticals and Square Textiles, and chairperson of Black EPA. Today, we have as our keynote presenter, Mr. Tanzim Chaudhary, Director, East Coast Group. He is a representative to the Industry Council of the World LPG Association and also heads the corporate planning and business development of Omera. Under his leadership, Omera has started the exports of LPG to India, anchored the first Japanese investment in the petroleum sector, raised finance from IFC, and started supplying the Rohingya refugee camps with gas stoves and LPG. As a recognition of his exemplary leadership and contribution towards the growth and clean energy of LPG industry in Bangladesh, he was awarded the prestigious Young Asian Entrepreneur 2020 Award by Asia One. Mr. Chaudhary attained BSc Honors in Business Management and Finance from Stony Brook University in the United States with cum laude distinction and was the class valedictorian in 2013. To support his communities, Mr. Chaudhary serves as a trustee and management community member of several education institutions and provides subsidized schooling to students from low-income backgrounds all over Bangladesh. A brief introduction about our president and chairperson. Mr. Azam J. Chaudhary is the president of the PLC and the chairman of East Coast Group. He's also the chairman of Consolidated Tea and Lands Company, formerly James Finlay, and also managing director of MJL Bangladesh Limited. Mr. Chaudhary is the president of LPG Operators Association of Bangladesh, Bangladesh Energy Companies Association, the president of Bangladesh Ocean-Going Ship Owners Association, and the president of BAPLC. He's also on the board of CDBL. He has been the longest serving chairman of Prime Bank Limited and the honorary consul of Hungary in Bangladesh. With the consent of the chair, I would like to ask our keynote presenter to make his presentation. Thank you. Yes.